Welcome to the Footy Wrap for round 10. You're just limbering up for the show.
I am. This is the black edition, you know. It's a little bit classier.
This is the round of
Once
upsets.
Once you've had black, never go back.
It's the round of upsets, Paul.
It is. It's an
There's
upsetting
a few
round.
results that you certainly didn't predict.
No way.
Who would have predicted Essendon to go up to Sydney and beat them up there? Melbourne recording their first win against Adelaide. Richmond getting almost a win, a half a win against Brisbane with a draw.
Port Adelaide losing at Amy Stadium for a second week in a row against Hawthorn.
And Carlton beat the Bulldogs, of course. So I think the one thing we can all agree on, though, is that the big wide hope for Victorian teams is Geelong. Because they are absolutely flying.
They don't beat teams, they flog them senseless.
They do, yeah.
And watching them take on St Kilda was like watching Billy Brownless eat a midget.
And you just look at their list and they're all up and firing. They've all grown up together and they're just a little bit older now. And the likes of sort of Bartel, Steve Johnson, and the Ablets and
Tell me about him.
Max Rook are all playing so well.
Sorry?
That it's just...
Max Rook.
Yeah, Max Rook.
It's Jared Rook. I don't want to pull you up, but, you know.
That was Jared Rook last year. It's Max Rook, yeah.
Was he his
But
brother?
I think,
Are they
add
brothers?
Ottens into that... No, that's Jared Rook changed his name to Max Rook.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, I didn't hear about this. What?
It's like happened November last year. Your brother told me about it. Anyway, when you add Ottens into the mix, and I think...
Max Ottens?
Paul, I wonder if you're familiar with a guy called Ben Kinnear.
Yeah, Collingwood player.
Yeah, he actually played in their
seasons.
grand final team in 2003.
Yeah, but he's a bit of a bits and pieces player, just making up numbers.
Well, he was making up the numbers in the Collingwood cheer squad on the weekend, but he went in there wearing a Fremantle scarf. Apparently, security asked him to take it off, and he took it off, but when security left, he put it back on again and was taunting the Collingwood crowd during that match.
Oh my, that is bizarre. Because I'm pretty sure... Well, he does have the debt with doing that near Joffa.
But it begs the question, does he go through life like that? Just walking headfirst into trouble? All right, come on everybody, inside the boat. Just make sure your limbs don't go over the edge of the boat at any stage.
Ben Kinnear.
G'day, Ben.
Former Collingwood. I just want to jump in with the sharks.
No. This is shark-infested water.
I'm going in. I'm going out the road. Here we go. Alan Bond.
Yeah.
You're back.
Yeah.
You've made a fortune again.
Well,
here, mate. This is all I've got. This is my last payment from Collingwood.
Oh, I'll look after
You'll do something with it?
Yeah, no worries.
Excellent. Just double it. Great. Oh.
Done deal. Ik mag zich niet Ibn Abdullah.
Hey. Hey. I found him. It's Ben Kinnear. Collingwood grand final as well.
Melbourne are going from strength to strength, though. I mean, we learned last week that they're in financial difficulty, but they've got the solutions on the board.
More members.
Yeah, the chief executive's Steve Harris, I think it is, has actually tabulated an idea that they get into China, they break the Chinese market. So that's a really good idea because they figure there's 250,000 Chinese students living in Australia, so if they can just tap into a little bit of that. If you were Neil Danaher, though, and you wanted to encourage the Chinese audience to get involved in the game, what sort of things do you think you'd implement?
Well, he's going to have to learn how to speak Chinese.
Yeah.
That's the first thing.
Second language.
Yeah, definitely.
Or have a translator.
Yeah.
Because I believe Travis Johnson speaks Mandarin.
Does he really?
Yeah.
And
he'd love to show it off.
Hang on.
He'd love the chance to show that
Travis Johnson just wasn't seen eating a mandarin.
Oh, I might have misread that, actually.
Yeah. Or a mandarin.
But what else could you do to make the game more palatable for a Chinese audience, do you think?
I don't know. I guess...
at the game, what do you buy to eat? You can only really buy a pie and a hot dog.
Well, stir fry or something like that.
It could be.
I feel that we're dangling our feet in the racist territory right now.
Paul, I want to talk to you a little bit about Carlton's win.
Yeah.
It's their third win of the season, and look, they might still make the finals, who knows? But it was a fantastic win over the highly fancied Bulldogs. Dennis Pagan, after the win, said that, I'll just give you a bit of a quote here.
Okay.
We've done a lot of different things. Maybe it was going to do some paintball. Maybe it was the sports psychologist. Maybe it was a bit of old-time rock and roll at training. But in the end, the group just got sick to death of losing.
Old-time rock and roll at training.
Yeah, it just sounds to me like they've drawn a line in the sand. That's it.
It sounds to me like they've been doing some bizarre training things. They went to paintball this week.
Yeah.
But hang on, maybe they've been doing this all year. That's why they're losing. But
Instead
Dennis,
of training, they went to paintball.
Yeah, Dennis, can I practice kicking for goal? No, Fev. We've got paintball on in an hour. Oh, geez, I wouldn't mind doing a little bit of ruck work. No, Santana O'Hapland. I want you to dress up as the Big Bopper and sing a few songs. It's rock and roll night tonight and we're going to have a great time.
Look, Paul Roos obviously would be upset by losing by 1 point to Essendon. And by the way, James Hird How good is he at the moment? Why would he finish at the end of this year?
I know.
He could play for another year after.
I reckon this is the best form he's been in for a couple of years.
Is it just that he knows it's his last season, so he's making every post a winner?
And he wants to just run the tank dry.
Do you think he could do it next year?
I think he could, definitely.
But obviously Paul Roos losing by 1 point is heartbreaking. But he is furious, Paul Roos.
He's a very angry man.
Yeah, in the paper today, he said... in regards to what the AFL are doing with the hands in the back rule, he thinks the rules are a bit soft, and he says the AFL's turning the game into Gaelic football.
Oh, I hope Ty Kinnear wasn't there. Did he say that at training to all the players? It's turning the game is rubbish. It's into Gaelic. Everyone's going, Ty Kinnear, he's just...
The other big winner, I think, on the weekend was Hawthorn, who have beaten in 2 weeks West Coast Eagles and Port Adelaide, who might be the 2 hottest teams in the AFL.
Well, you would think up until 2 weeks ago they were the top 2 teams.
Yeah. How did they do that?
I have absolutely no idea. Port Adelaide, flash in the pan.
Who's Tim Boyle? Because he came out and kicked 5 goals.
I've got no idea. Tim Boyle, did he used to have a different name perhaps? Is this just like Jared and Max again?
Well, they are playing very well, and it might be a little bit tricky for their captain Richie Vandenberg to break back into that team, because apparently he's injured his shoulder on the weekend playing for the Box Hill Hawks.
That guy cannot keep out of the newspapers for all the wrong reasons.
Thanks for joining us again, and until next time, it's goodbye from Jeff Wortman and Paul Hogan.
Max Hogan.
Oh.
Yeah, a little bit more dynamic.
Okay.
Paul's just so yesterday.